introduction to customer experience surveys on LeisureNet's customer insight platform. To log into the system, use the email address and password that you've been provided with and click on Sign In. You will then come to the Welcome and Information page, where you've got the welcome instruction box, details of training support, terms, conditions, and support contact details, including email address and telephone number. You have various admin functions which are under guidance, for example, Sign Manager, preferences and auto emails, but these don't apply to customer experience surveys, and anything that needs to be set up will already be set up for you. So if we click down to Customer Experience Focus, Customer Experience Focus are all surveys apart from Net Promoter Score, NPS closed loop surveys. They are carried out separately under NPS Focus. So under Customer Experience surveys, you'll get general customer experience surveys asking more detailed questions about the customer experience. You may have various what we call standing surveys, such as post-event, post-hire type surveys, birthday party surveys, new member induction surveys, anything that goes into more detail than the NPS surveys do. NPS will just be a single Net Promoter Score question. So under CE Focus, we have Select Survey. So before you want to go in and start looking at your results, you need to select the survey that you want to look at, because there may be more than one surveys which have been carried out in your organization or your site. So in this case, there is only one survey in there, so we're going to select LeisureNet Sports Survey, press Submit, and whatever we do from now on in terms of looking at responses, we know is going to be about that survey. Next tab is Responses. So this shows you the individual responses that have been received to that survey, and if an overall percentage has been set up, it will show you the overall score for that individual response. For example, this one scored 46% because they've scored 83 points out of 180. You've also got the submission date here. If you click on these, you get the detail of that individual response over here. So this particular person was male, 0 to 18, which sports do they play? So these are the individual responses to all of the questions. It is possible to include a action or a comment response within a customer experience survey. So if you've asked a question and then said, would you like someone to get back to you, these comments which need responses will be shown under actions, and they will fall into initially into a folder, new folder, and then as you work your way through them, exactly the same as you would with NPS or Feedback Focus, you can work your way through them and move them through from a new folder into Resolved. For further details about how to use comments and actions, please refer to the Feedback Focus training survey. If we now move down to response analysis, this allows you to do some more in-depth response analysis of the particular survey you've selected. And you can do this using filters. So for example, at the moment it's set to all questions and a particular date, so you can go back 1 month or 2 months, press Submit, and it will generate the responses for those parameters. For all of the responses that you've had, so for example in this survey we've had 3 responses, 2 male, 1 female. On the left you've got the question and the response in the table format. On the right you've got the graph which represents these scores. And as with all of the Insight platform graphs, if you click on the little burger tab, you can download these if you want to put them into a JPEG or into a Word doc, PDF, etc. If you want to create a PDF of this whole page, click on Create PDF, and that will generate a PDF of that page. So this is the response analysis for all of the questions which are in that graph, which are within this survey. If we click on the next one, Reports, This gives you an overview of the survey: the name, the start date, the last date, the total responses, percentage of responses you've had back, its current status is open, the overall score. So there's a lot of detail here, some of which may be relevant, some of which may not, depending on the type of survey that you're using. It will also show you longitudinal analysis. So if you're carrying out this survey on a monthly or quarterly basis, it will show you whether you're improving or getting better. And depending on the type of survey you've got, we may be putting in some comments about the positives and areas that need improvement. Under League Table, if you're part of a multi-site operation, this is where your score, shown here, the LeisureNet demo site, is compared against other sites and also against the operator average and the national average. The operator average is the average score for this survey within your own organisation, and national is based on LeisureNet's national benchmark. So this is a nice summary page stroke league table. And then finally, we've got the ability to generate graphs by using different filters, or cross-tabbing as we call it. You can cross-tab by up to 2 different questions. So for example, if I just wanted to look at the male responses and I only wanted to look at males 19 to 24, I would select the filters like this. I then choose the question that I want to look at, in this case, which sports do you play, press submit, and it will generate a response based on those filters. So this graph would actually show me how many males between 19 and 24, what their response to this question was. So in this case, we've only got one response. So that male 19 to 24-year-old chose football. And finally, if you include an NPS question, the recommend question, within your customer experience survey, then the NPS analysis can be looked at under this tab. So you can see the number of people that have scored you as a detractor, passive promoter, and what the overall NPS was. And if you're doing it on a monthly basis, this graph here would show you your longitudinal analysis. Okay, so that's a quick overview of customer experience focus. If you've got any more questions or need any more support, a reminder that your contact details are back under information and guidance. Thank you very much.